Guys, Megan Anderson is a massive underdog against Amanda Nunes. Can she pull off the upset? Nick and I are talking about that right now. What's up, Barnhill family? Welcome back to the channel.
Yo.
So, Nick, we have a trio of title fights at UFC 259, all being capped off by Adesanya versus Blachowicz.
Yes.
He's going for champ status, but somebody on the card already has champ status and is a defending champ, I might add.
Yeah.
And that is the one and the only Miss Amanda Nunes,
Yeah.
the Lioness. She is a major favorite against Australian challenger Megan Anderson, minus 1,000 to plus 600 the last time I checked.
Wow.
I feel like the odds makers have this right. I don't feel like this is that competitive of a matchup. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. And usually in title fights, if the spread is that big, it's either an unfair fight or it's one of those things where they just know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think they have this one exactly right. I will say Amanda Nunes, she is the double champ and the champ, whatever. She's probably the most impressive champ that the UFC's
by
ever
far
seen.
Yeah.
You know, the only one that's really bounced back and forth between two weight classes and dealt with everybody they've given her. The lack of depth at 145 has kind of left her with very few fighters to compete with, and I think Megan Anderson is the right person to step in there for the next shot. But that being said, I think it's going to be a tough night out for her and another victory for the Lioness.
Well, when you think about Amanda's record, and I do agree, she was not the first champ. The way I look at it is she didn't invent the wheel, but she perfected it.
That's
and
perfect.
she is the best champ in my opinion because she has continued to bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
You get a lot of lip service when it comes to champ stuff in the UFC. Oh, I'm going to be the champ. I want to defend both. I don't want to hold up either division. Largely, that's just untrue, and it's told to be able to get the opportunities by fighters. They're telling the UFC what they want to hear, but they don't really have any intention on following through with their promises.
Right.
The exception to that is the Lioness, Amanda Nunes. She absolutely is an active defending champ.
Yeah.
And when you look at her resume, I mean, she's defeated Holly Holm, she knocked her out, knocked out Chris Cyborg, knocked out Ronda Rousey. She has beaten Miesha Tate.
Yeah.
She has beaten the who's who of women's MMA. When you think of a Mount Rushmore of female MMA, Valentina Shevchenko, everybody on that besides Amanda, she has beaten.
Right.
So she's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's a brown belt in Judo. She's 32 years old. She's got incredible knockout power. I think she's just still entering her prime.
Yeah.
And she's already so far ahead of everybody else that it just feels like one of those situations where it's going to take several years for anybody to catch up, and she may or may not even still be fighting at that time.
Yeah, what a historical career for just a 32-year-old person to have. And it's so cool that maybe the two most dominant fighters in the entire sport are Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko. And you know, those two, I would love to see a trilogy happen, and I do think that Amanda's true weight class is 135. It's a bit of a tough cut for her, but she still fits into that category the best, and you can tell she doesn't have to cut very much weight at all to make 145. And Valentina, she can bulk up a little bit, but I think if they did rematch again, it would be at 135, and you would see her go with the Izzy Adesanya approach and not really try to gain any weight, keep that 125 speed that she's got. But that's a story for another video, another day. Amanda versus Megan is, in my opinion, it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be cool to see Amanda undersized a little bit because Megan is a tall glass of water. I think she's like 6 feet.
Yeah, she's 6
she's
feet
not
even.
6'1", yeah. And 145 pounds, and there's no way she can make 135. So
No,
she's
not a
a big
chance.
gal. And it'll be cool to see Amanda Nunes fighting somebody who's much larger than her, but I do see that sort of winding up kind of like how Canelo fought Callum Smith. He was like a smaller person, but was bullying the bigger person. So I think that's what we're going to see.
The way I look at Amanda, and I almost describe her, when you look at, she's got 20 wins, 16 of them by finish, 13 KOs, 3 submissions. She's got an 80% finish rate.
Yeah.
That's something that most male light heavyweights would covet.
Yeah.
So she has absolute ridiculous power. And I always described her, and people actually criticized me and thought I was crazy when I said in the beginning, before she fought Cyborg, that she was going to knock Cyborg out and it was going to happen in the first round. They were like, you're crazy. I said, listen, she's Cyborg. She has the power of Cyborg with far better technique.
Yeah.
Cyborg is a brawler with super heavy hands. Amanda is a technician with super heavy hands. I think the only interesting thing really that could make this fight close is the fact that she is going to be undersized, that Anderson is over 6 feet. You very rarely find a woman, a woman in general, that's over 6 feet, but certainly one that's competing in MMA today. Right. She's going to be the smaller fighter, but there again, she was the smaller fighter against Cyborg. Megan's on a 2-fight win streak. She got submitted by Felicia Spencer.
Yeah.
And then since then, she's won 2 fights. She's the natural right fit. She's a purple belt in BJJ. She doesn't have nearly the submission accolades that Amanda has. Certainly not the striking accolades. Certainly not the finish percentage that Amanda has. And I do think that Megan's tough. She's gritty. And I don't think it's going to be a first-round knockout like it was against Cyborg. I think Megan's going to be able to drag it into the second, maybe third. But I see Amanda getting a finish into the second, beginning of the third round.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe prediction. I don't see Megan going the distance with Amanda Nunes. I think she's so outclassed on the ground that she's going to hope and pray that she can keep the fight on the feet. And when you do that with Amanda Nunes, you're in trouble, because even though she's going to be the shorter fighter, she throws long punches and really accurate punches up top, and she can cut leg kicks and body kicks really well. So, when you're one of those fighters that's like, well, this is a legendary black belt on the ground, so let's try to keep it on the feet. Well, she's got 13 knockouts, so maybe I shouldn't do that. And it's like you're dealing with a shark on water that when you take them to the land, they become a bear or
She's a shark in the water and a lion on the land.
Right. Yeah. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. And I think we're going to see Amanda Nunes get the finish. And I will say, since you're going second round, I'll go first round. I think she's going to come out in dominating fashion and get to work.
She's going to get her out of there early, huh?
Yeah.
And I think it's worth congratulating Amanda. This is going to be her first fight as a new mom.
Oh, man.
Her and Nina Ansaroff, cool. They had their first child. I believe it was in September of 2020. If I'm wrong, it was October. Wow. And, I usually don't say this very often because I believe the UFC has a great marketing team, the best in the business. But I will say, I think in some regards, the UFC has missed their mark in marketing Amanda. Sure. She's such a great person. Mm-hmm. She's such a dominating fighter. She's obviously the first openly gay champion that we've ever had in the UFC's history. Yeah. I think she's so marketable. Yeah. And I feel like I just hope before her career ends that she's able to do a couple of mega pay-per-views and really make the money she deserves to make, because I think that of all the people that are deserving in this game, she's at the top of my list.
Yeah, and she's a genuine person with an infectious personality. When you watch her, receive a belt or thank Dana White or, get the belt strapped around her, you can just see pure emotion on her face, and she's always so happy, so grateful for the opportunities that she gets. And like you said, it couldn't happen to a better person. Yeah. And I think that you're exactly right. I'd love to see her continue to win, continue to be a dominant force in the sport, and then 5 years, 6 years from now, when she's tired of winning, go on to do some major things as a mom and also as a philanthropist and just a spokesperson for empowering women and all of those types of things. I mean, who better to be a role model for a young girl or a young guy for that matter? She inspires me for sure.
Than the Lioness.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Absolutely. Well, guys, what do y'all think? Does Megan Anderson stand a chance? We know a lot of you guys watch from Australia, and we are big fans of Anderson. We don't mean to really not give her much of a chance here, but we just call it like we see it. Let us know in the comments if you think we're wrong, and if Anderson can get it done, how does she get it done? As always, guys, thank you so much for watching our videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you've enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.
Peace.